on this show.
This is the hottest show on the planet right now.
What's the debate?
Ain't no debate.
So
All
the
right.
next question
Okay.
is: should authenticity in rap be based on lived experience or artistic expression? Where do we draw the line? We can start with Bear on that one. What you got?
I mean, really, we need to stop with this hip hop and holding people because hip hop is the only genre where you got to actually live what you did.
That's
And
not true.
I'm not saying I want to hear no nigga talk about some stuff he didn't do, but I'm just saying we can't keep expecting these elaborate, you know, lifestyles that we're hearing on these hip hop out and expecting somebody to actually like music is creative. It's an art form. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist, you're making art. It's part of your imagination. It takes imagination to make it. So you
So, so sorry, Bear. Real quick, we just read the question, and then Bear was going first on answering the question. So sorry, Bear. Were you done, or you had some more?
no, that's pretty much it. I'm just saying, like, we can't. I know half of rap is imagination because I used to rap when I was younger. Now, do you got to stick to the script? You got to be talking about stuff you actually lived. Yeah, but I'm saying like half of that stuff be imagination too, bro. It be stuff they saw and never did sometimes.
Okay. All right. So cool. So we're going we talked about this. Let's just for this topic, just give a short answer and we're gonna go to the next topic. Let's go ahead and go with Victor after this. I mean, let's go with Victor next.
Um, should authenticity in rap be based on lived experience or artistic expression? I like to work backwards, so I'm gonna say artistic expression.
Okay. All right. What's up, Fresh?
Uh, I'm gonna say yes. It should be, or it should be based on lived experience. And we should draw the line at lived experience. Did you do it or did you not? And the whys. I, a lot of the beefs, right? Even the hip hop beefs, the rap beefs, the expectation, the standards that hip hop artists are held to is a standard of authenticity. No other genre demonizes um, rappers with ghostwriters as much as as much as our genre because it's purely supposed to be based off of your experiences. Our genre is a music of authenticity. Did you live it? Why'd you live it? Like it's the telling of a story. Once you start telling other people's stories, even within the industry, right? It's considered fake. It's considered inauthentic. It's considered uh not 100. Just so you, I'm a child of hip hop, right? Even though I understand the environment that it came from, but it still makes me feel like nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like one of Jay's lines was you witnessed it from your porch, you scribbled it in your notepad. That hit hard because he was essentially saying like you're not really out here with us.
Looking at my project window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not really out here in the you're not out here in the field doing this stuff. How can you rap like you rap? How can you talk about the things that you talk about when you're not actually out here living these experiences? Now, again, once we turn to the fact that rap is an industry and all that good stuff, I understand. But if that's the case, then we're gonna basically abandon the origins. And I'm not. Listen, I don't benefit from it either way. So I'm not knocking. I'm just saying if that's what we're saying, if we are allowing these things, then we are abandoning the origins of where hip hop came from. We're allowing it to be what these other genres are. And to Bear's
Hold on,
point
Fred.
earlier,
Let's get vocal because we're gonna go to the next topic
hold
after
on real
this.
quick. Let me just
Go ahead.
finish because to Bear's point earlier, we're not the only genre that requires you to live to be authentic, right? Like it's a whole bunch of country artists who have art against other country artists because they're not truly country, right? Beyonce, as country as you want to be, the Taylor Swifts, all of them, but they make the music, but there's still a sect of country music artists is like they're not real. That's not authentic. They're faking. They're
But
cosplaying
real
as
quickly, because
country
I
artists.
don't know it as well as you, are they saying they're not authentic because of the way they live their life, or because of the kind of music they make? I'm not familiar enough to know.
Because of the way they live their life.
It's not country. It's not a country life.
Yeah, you're not from the holler, right? You didn't grow up in the honky tonks
Really,
and all
anything
that stuff.
in this country, if you want to be honest.
If you want to be honest, but we're just talking about what standards the genre holds as authentic.
Yeah.
All right, Vulcan.
Unfortunately, I gotta be the party pooper and just deconstruct the question. So, as Victor pointed out already, I think should is probably misplaced there. I think authenticity can be based off whatever people, the audience wants to base authenticity off of. I think that Freshly brings up a good point about hip hop's origins, but that can change. Just like origins of all kind of things change over time. You listen to KRS-One on the origins of hip hop, and he looks at it as being different now. And hip hop is a bastardization of what it was supposed to be originally. And that's okay. And then you see Jeezy and Nas talk about the death of hip hop, and they battle about that. And then the East and the South and the West Coast have different debates on what hip hop's truly about. For the South was about the money and the beats, and for the East Coast it was about the knowledge and the D-boy, the B-boy and all that kind of different stuff. And so you're gonna have those debates, and everybody's gonna look at it different kind of ways. So I would say should is not the right question. That's going to be based on whoever you ask and why they're enjoying the genre and why they're making the genre. To the people at top who own the labels, they might not care about none of that stuff. They just want whatever sells the most, and you can make a legitimate claim that they're the ones who own the genre. You could make a case for that. I'm not saying you would necessarily win, but you could make a good case for that. The artists have their own industry to try to get up at the hood, whatever it's going to take to sell. So I would say authenticity, and then I would say it's a bit of a false dichotomy. Should all authenticity in rap be based on lived experience, artistic expression? If they're going to be expressing themselves artistically, that's going to show up whether or not they're basing it off of lived experience or not. If they're rapping, that's artistic expression. So if they rap their lived experience or somebody else's or something that's not even possible in the real world, so it can't be anybody's lived experience, it's still artistic expression. So that's why I would say the question is a bit of a false dichotomy, because these two aren't the opposite ends. It's not one or the other. And so, and then where do you draw the line? I think the heart of the question is just basically asking, where do we draw the line on people rapping outside of what they personally experienced or personally done themselves? Now, I think that's a good question, but it depends on how you approach the genre. For some folks, at the end of the day, it's all about making money. Yeah. And if that's what it's all about, as Freshly's pointed out many times, whatever the consumer wants, that's what they're going to give you. That's what business is about. And he has a great point with that. And so you have the hip hop, purists who say one thing. Yeah, you have rap purists, you have hip hop purists. Again, and you go different parts of the world, you're going to hear different types of things. So I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be opinionated, and nobody really is going to have the final blow to say my point is the best.
Well, I think once you define whether, go ahead. I'm
about to say, yeah, I could put this in the perfect context, because all of this is politics when it comes down to from the consumer, that actually watches or consumes the content of it, right? You got purists, which would be like your conservatives, your Republicans, in in this genre. Then on this side, you got people that are cool with the liberal expression. They'd be liberals. The artistic expression, that's all they care about, is whatever they want to cosplay as,
Victor, would it be good to say in your analogy, the conservative may be like a KRS-One and the liberal may be like Leor Cohen?
Yeah, I mean,
would that be a good example?
Yeah, I would say that will probably go down with you, for sure. Because
Leor said, "I'm gonna put out whatever makes the money." He said,
exactly.
That's about money. Yeah,
the liberal is going to be concerned with making the money. The conservative hip hop,
they're trying to conserve the essence of hip hop. Yeah.
And for that, because like a good example of that is Macklemore winning a Grammy a few years ago.
Was started.
Yeah, the commercialized award shows and stuff. All of that is about making money and popularity. You know what I'm saying?
That's hip hop as an industry, though. But hip hop, the genre, we had a very violent reaction to that. But so authenticity is still.
And that's my point. Like the purists over on this side, the ones that didn't like that, those guys are like, hey, man, those guys are saying, hey man, you're appropriating our culture. And then by that time you got too many vultures, like your Chuck D's, your Public Enemies, all of the guys that was the gatekeepers for the authenticity of the culture, your Rakims, all of the guys that's been goated long before that fall into, you know, the other favorite, like their artists are on other artists' top 5. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of guys that can out rap quite a few different people, but the guys that can out rap and based on talent, they're not gonna get the most popularity. You know what I'm saying? Like even when we're looking at the Roots and Black Thought, we know Tariq ain't nobody out rapping Tariq if he decide he wanted to turn up, but who gonna listen to him in mainstream outside of his loyal fan base? Like I'm a huge Killer Mike fan. You know what I'm saying?
I got something to say to that.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got with time crunch. We got some videos to cover. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go to the next topic. All right, so the next topic we're gonna go to is this guy's been the face of a conscious movement. Speaking of Tariq, shout out to the Roots and a lot of the conscious rappers, Lord Jamal, these guys. But as far as teachers, this guy Billy Carson has been the face of the conscious movement, bringing them 90s back. All right, so I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on this. I'm gonna play this. Remember, mute your background.
Oh boy.
Hey, Fresh, mute your background.
Hot heat! You're tuning in to the Vulcan Soapbox.
It's your show, Bossy. Come on, man.
What's going on, everybody?